What's going on, world? It's your man, Mr. Mech, here with allhiphop.com. I'd like to welcome you to the Mechanism. Welcoming a brother, first-time cat to the couch, star of stage, screen, and sidewalk,
Yes, sir.
and every place dope in between. State your name one time for the camera.
Jermel Howard.
Okay, now, people may not know your face.
Yeah.
There are a lot of angry women that probably know your words. You had a book out a little while ago talking about relationships from a men's perspective.
Most definitely.
Titled
Everything, well, it's a long title, so I'm going to shorten it up to everything you
No,
need
the
to
brother
know.
put the whole thing on here. People got to go to Amazon and get their search on.
The truth. Things men do in a relationship and why.
Now, how much flack did you get from something on that where you try to explain a man's perspective and women just don't want to hear it?
Man, first of all, as soon as they see the book title, they already is the defense up. Like, I don't know, how's it gonna be? It sounds like a man thing and da da da. So I have to break them down little by little. Now, listen, it's just from my perspective, and it's giving you experiences I've been through that you may can relate to going through with your man, and you'll understand why he did some things he did.
Now, what I really want to wait and see is how much of this flack comes back when they see you in your movie role, because you got cast to play Mopeem Shakur in the new Tupac movie coming out. It's Tupac's brother you're playing. That's a big big deal, dog.
Yeah, it's dope, man. And I didn't first they wanted me to shoot for Tretch. They called me to read for Tretch, and I was like, all right, I can rap too, I figured that's a fit.
Because you were doing music for him.
Yeah, I was doing music. I got songs coupled with Fat Joe back in the days, and a few other people. So I'm thinking that it was about that's the reason. But it was a smaller role, and then they say, yo, look, he's more closely swag wise to Mopreem, so it's like we cut his hair ball and that's it. He gave me the part for Mopreem, so.
Now, Mo is still alive.
Yes.
I always think,
Peace to Mopreem.
Would imagine. Oh, absolutely. Shout out to a living, breathing family member of Pac.
Definitely, most definitely.
I always wondered to myself when I saw the Biggie biopic, and the only person who had passed away that was being played in the movie was Biggie. Yeah. Diddy still alive? Kim, Faith, so it's I always figured it must be a little difficult to play someone who's still here, because you got to nail them specifically. Absolutely. Or is it easier because they're able to give you the cheat sheet?
Well, I never spoke to Mo.
Oh, man.
I've never spoke to him. I actually just missed him on set. He was there one day, and I came the day after. So I didn't get to even meet him. So, but I watched all his interviews, and it's kind of easy. It's kind of easier to play somebody that's still there, even though he's not giving me the blueprint, but I can study him. But it's not so much pressure as, he didn't, the guy playing Tupac is got the most pressure.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if somebody playing somebody that's not here is going to be criticized and critiqued to the utmost. So it's a good thing that, Mopreem was always with Pac, that I found out now that every time I go back in the video, I can see him with Pac, and he helped Pac out a lot, saving his life a bunch of times, like pulling him out of some things. So he was dope. He's a real big brother, like I am, for real, in my circle of five, and so he playing him, and because he's alive, it was kind of easier, I think, because it wasn't so much criticism, and he's here, so everybody ain't got me under the microscope.
I can imagine your experience making music helped you. You know what an artist's life is like, especially from that era, where it was a lot crazier, and there wasn't social media, but the things that happened behind closed doors and behind the scenes.
Most definitely.
Compare then to now, because you're playing a role from an era where the beef actually got legends killed.
Yes.
As opposed to nowadays, where the beef is publicized and it's on Instagram and it's on Twitter. I don't even know if you can call it beef, because nothing ever really seems to happen to anybody, other than some emojis and some memes. Like, never really seems to go any further than that.
Yeah, well, a couple situations went further. I believe last year, a couple people got into some Twitter beef and all of that stuff, and something happened. Stacks or a couple of those guys, but I just think, man, my thing is, I think that people that's not really from a certain type of life, they get carried away and think that it's music and I can't be touched. But there's people like, I take for instance, like my boy Scarface. Face is like a real dude. So when you're looking at this dude and he's like, listen, man, this is a culture. This is what I live and breathe. This is not just me rapping over a beat. This is my this is a way of life. Right. You know, so, and I'm doing these things that I'm like, it's not a game. So I think people forget that part, that real part about hip hop and where it really came from. And they test people too, you know, you're getting too testy. So this one guy might be somebody, you know, bubblegum popish rapper or whatever. He come in, he think he can just say anything. Like you had people crip walking in videos and doing all this silly stuff, and you're like, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and you have no idea what that's about. So you know, so I just think that people these rappers nowadays, they kind of like pushing their limits, you know, and they don't really have the knowledge of what hip hop was before, and they don't really care to no more. And they that's how they end up hurt. You know, that's how they end up bumping into the wrong person and taking this rap. You see what happens when people like Game and Meek is got a problem, and Game is like, I'm pounding you out on sight. I'm like, it's not like that's because this is something. This is I really live this. It's not a game. You know, when I say I'm coming to the crib, or I say we about to bang or something, they serious. But there's an era of rap now where they think that it is a game, and they think that it's just music. If somebody like, man, F you, and then you bump into the person, and it's, yeah, what's up, man? No, man, what's good? You know what I'm saying? So I think they just missing some teachers. They missing the lessons and the teachers right now. They ain't listening. They going left.
That seems to be the criticism of the newer generation of rappers in general who critique the legends that came before him, and you know, Lil Yachty calling Biggie overrated, and you know, stuff.
God.
See, just that reaction.
Oh my gosh, man, this guy. I mean, my black brothers. I just want everybody to come up, but there's some stuff that you gotta be like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a guy, especially now, if you come in and you saying, listen, I'm the hottest thing popping right now, and you like, yo, Biggie was overrated, and you can actually stand up to a Biggie Smalls, I would be like, he? You know who he is. The dude can lay it down. Right. But when you come in and you can't even make ABC rhyme with D, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, to me, I'm just looking at him like, why are you even speaking? And why are we allowing this? You know what I'm saying? Because it's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing for hip-hop, because when people outside of hip-hop that really appreciate the culture looking at hip-hop, they looking like, look, this is what they doing. You know, this is what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like makes us look horrible, man. And we dumbing and we accepting it. So it seems like the whole hip-hop as a whole is dumbing down. When it's just a few people, you know? Right. So there's new artists that's dope. I'm not saying every new artist is whack, or no, you know, your Kendrick Lamar's when he came in, you got, you know, a whole bunch of new people is dope. It's just J. Cole's, and, you know, yeah, man. It's just we ain't shedding enough light to dope MCs like that. And I know why though. I know what happened.
All is.
Check this out. This is my theory.
Hit me.
106 and Park came in the game, right? Okay. When 106 and Park came in the game, it started off, everything was good. Hip-hop was flourishing, everything. Around that time, I actually went on 106 and Park and battled and won when Free and AJ was hosting. Oh, salute. So, yeah, absolutely. So around that time, it was good. What happened was they didn't have enough older people in the crowd. They let the kids come so they can fill it. The kids was voting the videos on. As kids, I don't understand Nas. I'll relate to Nas, but I can relate to somebody putting A, B, C, and D together. You know, so after a while, those videos were voted more. I vote the silly, simple things, and next thing you know, that's what took over, because the kids started the voting. You see what I'm saying? So, and everybody was following 106 and Park around that time, and that kind of like created this big wave of simple sounding music, and everything catered to the beat. And so you didn't really have to rap no more. It just was like, oh, the beat, you know. So that's what I believe started the actual trickle of the left turn in hip hop. Okay. You know, to my opinion, anyway.
Which is, it's even more ironic that you're playing a movie, you're starring in a movie based on Tupac. When Pac came up in another Lil Yachty discussion, his boys were on the bus and they said, you know, Drake was better than Biggie and Pac. Which is, you know, again, something else that ruffled a bunch of feathers.
Yeah, man. Pac, come on. Pac put the heart. He was not like the best wordplay artist that you can find, but you can't find an artist that put more heart into music than Pac. Like, there's really nobody that can do that like him, and it probably won't be for a long time. You got to go to R&B to find heart like that on the track. You know what I'm saying? Right. So there's not many people that can do that. So to compare him to a Drake is a dope lyricist. When he first came out, I was like, oh, he's singing. Oh, but then it was like, he can actually rap. Like, I'm listening to Lil, like he's
got some bars there.
Absolutely. So I listen to Drake now. Like, I listen to a bunch of stuff he got. So I'm like, okay, he's a rapper, but you can't compare him to no Tupac because no matter what, Tupac been through so much. And he got so many levels and layers to his character and personality in life. Like, Drake would never compare to that. Most of these rappers can't compare to nothing like that. He been through too much, man. He got too much experience. He ain't scared to fight for what he loved and what he believed in. From what we seen, every time he is a problem or something, he's gonna speak.
He stood behind.
What he said. He's not playing. I don't care. Whatever they hating or they did it, he'll speak out against the police, to anybody he does, you know. So that right there made me respect him on a whole nother level because I got that passion that sometimes I'm like, why we can't talk against? Oh, the cops gonna kill us. That's why we can't. Right. And sometimes you just want to let go, but you're supposed to be able to, you know. And right about now, we can't do things like that. But Pac didn't really care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? So he was like that passionate voice that we all got, you know, and sometimes we suppress, and he let it go. So there's no rapper doing that. There's nobody coming out like that. There's nobody been out like that in a long time since he, you know, I haven't heard anything like that. So I wouldn't compare him to none of them people.
I think the most on point the most on point comparison I heard for the whole situation was comparing Drake to Biggie and Pac is like comparing LeBron to Jordan. The league is different. The game is different. The era was different.
True.
People forget that when they start making these comparisons that Jordan was playing with the top 50 players of all time. Like, legendary.
Very true.
Dudes who set trends, set records.
Yeah.
Like, and the contact was a lot heavier. Like,
You know,
it was way crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't, you know, you go through the lane, you get laid out. They don't even call a foul. Like,
right.
That times was way different. Now, I am a LeBron fan.
Right.
So to his
credit.
To his credit, it's like for where he at right now, I would love to see him play back then. But I think that he could fit there. You know what I'm saying? He could have fit there. Just, I mean, off topic. We on basketball, but yeah, look.
We on eras.
So he could fit there because of this. He's 6'8", 260. Only person that's like that back then in that position was Magic.
Magic, right.
Yeah. So he was, and Magic was great, don't get me wrong, but he's better than Magic Johnson because he added different elements to the game. And he played more physical.
Right.
Magic wasn't jumping down there bumping with the big dudes, and like he was flashy. You know, he wasn't.
But there's nothing to say that LeBron would be that physical if the consequences were what they were back then.
That's true.
Like,
That's
you don't
true.
know if he'd run down the lane if
and
Oakley and Mason
and
is waiting
out
for you down there.
Yeah,
like, I dare you.
Yeah.
I wish you would.
Yeah,
like,
they changed a lot of people. The Pistons, like how them boys was. The bad boys, nobody was really going down the lane like that and messing with them boys. They was laying beer and all. They was laying people out.
When you see where a lot of LeBron's shots come from, they're around the rim. He takes it to the rim. He does that little. But if you getting knocked over,
that's gonna change. You're right. You right. I didn't think about it like that.
Not even sure the injuries would.
Oh yeah.
So again, it all brings us back around to eras.
Mm-hmm.
You had to go back for your role in this movie to play a very specific kind of character in a very specific era.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think you guys were able to capture the contrast between point A and point B to where if I'm 19 years old and I go in and I see this movie, I walk out thinking, I mean, I don't see what the big deal is, or will I walk out thinking, damn, it was crazy. They lived like that back then? Like, that's nuts.
Yeah. I think that they LT and Benny, I think they really captured the essence of what Pac was going through and his team. We had we had Young Noble and them on set, Edie on set, the Outlaws, they was on set. So the stories, and when we watching the way things played out and some incidents that happened play out, and they like, it went down like that. It was 100 people chasing us. We was running through the park, running. I was like, wow, that's crazy, And to capture, it was, I guess it was kind of easy to capture that when you have them sitting there, and they like, nah, he was there. It happened like that. When he ran, you have them right there to like kind of like sew it together. You know what I'm saying? So all the ideas came together when you bring the real, and then you have his mom's there. So before she passed, God bless the dead, and
You got to meet Afeni?
I didn't.
Oh,
I was
man.
mad though. I was mad because I really wanted to meet her. She passed right after that, but my days on set, she was in L.A., so I didn't get to meet her. And but oh man, she was great from what I hear. She's a great woman, strong as hell. So I met who played her. She's dope too. I forget her name. From Walking Dead. She's the lead in Walking Dead with the dreads.
Gotcha.
She plays her mom. Name slips me. But she's dope too. She's super dope. Me and her kicked it. She's got 100 things coming on. She's gonna be that next female Denzel. Like, she's dope. She's super amazing. Her and Zoe is like my two favorite actresses. Yeah.
So what's next for you? I mean, because your bio is looking mighty ambitious. There's a lot listed down there. Do you foresee a return to music? I mean, the acting thing seems to be going pretty good. The author thing is happening. If the women don't get to you first and try and kill you.
Yeah, I think that especially right now with the release of the Marvel Luke Cage thing, I play Shamik on there, and then I'm on Power now as a character called Brains. I'll be on there for season 4. And my next thing after this is, besides another major role would be that show that I'm writing to get picked up. So we working on that. I'll be shooting a trailer for that probably in the beginning of December, sometime the first couple weeks.
How about something based on the book?
Yeah, you know what? That's coming too. But I want to lay this one show that I wrote is gonna. It hasn't been done before, so it's kind of like it's buzzing already. Like a bunch of networks already, got their eye on it. So I just want to finish that and then
have you filmed it yet? Because
no.
If you need like a water boy or something,
I'm probably gonna need as many people.
I'm kind of here for that.
I got you.
As long as the travel budget ain't too crazy.
Yeah,
ain't shooting it on no wild location.
Shooting it in Strong Island.
All right, Chinatown bus go, then I can get there. That's all I'm saying. China people take me out there, then I got you 100%. The last thing I wanted to ask you, probably spiced this in a little earlier, but what, in your opinion, what's the biggest difference between men and women? Why are we not seeing eye to eye?
I think I just think that it's not made to be that way. If it was, I think that it'd be a lot more problems than even though it's not. Women are naturally emotional beings, and we know how to suppress our emotion. And we have a goal in mind, and we attacking, and we think that attacking this goal is protecting everybody. Because once for instance, I used to say to myself, once I get it, we good. We all get it.
Right.
But she would be in my ear about something simple, and I'm like, it's bigger thing. I got bigger things going on right now. I'm trying to make us good. You know what I'm saying? So, my ex from the book. Go get the book. One of the exes in the book.
Not the current.
Not the current. No, no current. Right.
Sleeping on using that book for a pillow.
Right.
It's about to be a wrap.